Hello and welcome to day 32 of the N8N series. And in today's video, let's see how do we create an agent that can generate leads for us basis our business. Without wasting any time, let's get started because this is going to be a long video. So stay tuned until the end and you will get the results that you are looking for. So to begin with, we're going to go ahead with form. And on N8N form submission, form title could be web scraper. Let's add some description. We need to add a few elements like keywords. This is text required field. Let's go to the next one, and this is going to be a location, text required field. We need to add number of leads. This is a number field and required. So these are the details that we need to begin with. Click on execute step and the form will open up. Let's say restaurants and location is Bangalore, and let's go with 10 leads for now. Click on submit. Right, so we have got the form submitted and those details are available over here. Now the next one that we have to use is apified. So select this, run an actor. We have done this before, so you already know. Actor, choose from list and Google Maps scraper. Right, so we are going to use this particular scraper to scrape the restaurants from Bangalore and 10 of them. And we need to give the JSON, and I'll show you quickly how the JSON is formatted. So you can see here language is EN, location query is JSON.location, which is coming from here, drag and drop. Max scrolled places per search is 10 number of leads, and search string array is JSON.keyword, and I've made it as keywords, so I'll have to do it this way. Right, for those of you who do not know how this works, I'll show you for one of it. So you just drag it and drop it over here. Right, so that's all. And once you're done with this, disable wait for finish, and timeout we can give it as 120 seconds. Memory, leave it as is, and then just click on execute step. Okay, we've got the details. Now again, like we have seen before, we have to use apify and get dataset items. So we'll use the same account, dataset, get items, dataset ID. We can get it from here. Just search for dataset and you will get the ID. So just drag it and drop it, and limit we can leave it as 50. Click on execute step and you've got those 10 items in the next step. Now we can create some fields just to get the details that we are looking for. And we want company name, we want title, which is this one, and we could make this as company name. So theme and whisk, vegetarian restaurant in Sarjapur, Bangalore. Then we need company category, so search for category. So category name, just drag it and drop it. Next one, we need the address. Go here and search for address, drag it and drop it. The next one we need is website. We're just going to drag it and drop it. Let's move on. And now we need the phone number. For phone number, search for phone, and we have this phone unformatted or formatted, whatever we want. We could use the unformatted one. Let's move on. This time we can use rating. We know that it is coming as total score, so let's use that as rating. And finally, let's add one more, which is other categories, and that should be available as categories. So here, instead of string, just change this to array, and that's this categories. Okay, so once that is done, just run this. Now we need to use loop over items, which means basically it runs through each of these 10 list of items and does some operation. Let's see what is that we have to do. Now we have to remove this one and this one. Let's add a field, and this is going to be a manual thing. Website, execute previous notes, and the website will be dropped over here. Now we are going to So it's for remove duplicates. And let's select remove items repeated within current input and all fields. So let's execute this. Now furthermore, let's add field, and we're going to add website, which is this one. We're going to add user agent, which is going to be this one. Let me quickly show you how it looks like. So this is something that we've got from ChatGPT, and this will help us to scrape the details. Next one is going to be accept. Let's add these values here. Accept language, that is going to be this value. Referrer, and that is going to be google.com. So once this is done, just click on execute step, and we should have all these details here. Next one, we have to use HTTP request get, and the URL is going to be the website. Authentication is none. Select send headers, and here user agent is going to be whatever we have got from here. We could also skip the previous step and add these details directly over here. That could also be done. So accept language is whatever we have here. Add parameter. The referrer is coming from this one. Let's move on. Accept is this one. We don't need send body, and this is what we need. Click on execute step, and we've got some detail. Now let's use markdown, which we recently saw, and HTML to markdown, right? So the data is going to be this one. And one of the things that we have to do is always output data. So click on execute step. So from this HTML, we've got markdown output. Now let's wait for a couple of seconds and then add a merge, where we are merging, we are using combine by position, and number of inputs is 2. So what we're going to do is, this is going as one input, right? And the second one is directly whatever we have from here. Okay, so I'm going to run this wait, and I'm going to run this one. Once this is done, we have to get this and connect it over here. So this keeps happening for every item that we have. Now let's add one more loop over here, and let's delete this and this. Let's move it slightly above so that we can operate on. Here we are going to use the code node, and this is going to be a JavaScript. Let me show you what is JavaScript. So this is JavaScript, which actually gives scrapes the email address and information that we need, right? So we have this one here. Again, the same thing. We'll wait for a couple of seconds and then use merge, same combine with position and 2 inputs. So one is this input, the second one is this input. Once this is done, we have to add a filter so that we move ahead only with values which has emails. And for that, let me run through this entire thing. So once we have reached this stage, let's save and run this entirely. So it's asking us for keywords, and let's say restaurants, and location is Bangalore, number of leads is 10. Let's click on submit. So once you have built this, just click on execute. It runs for all the 10 items one by one. You can see that. Now the 10th item is being run, and it should soon come here. Okay, there you go. So we've got this, and let's run this. Let's run this and run this. So for the particular item that we have run right now, we don't have the email. Okay, but when it comes out, what we will have is json.email. Okay, and we just want string, not empty, right? So if it is not empty, only then it has to move further. Okay, one more small change that we have to do. Okay, whenever I showed this particular thing, always output data, also show. We have to make always output data, and we also have to say on error continue. You also have to do that here. Go to settings and on error, click on continue, because sometimes when we are getting the information from external source, we may have some errors there. So just click on this and let's run this again. So third item already on the 4th, 7th, 8th, 9 and 10. So we get 10 items over here. There was some technical glitch, but I've run this again and I'm over here. I've also renamed a few things so that it is very clear. So the filter json.email is not equals to n bar a, which means it is not empty, and click on execute step, right? So it will start running all over again. And now you can see what happens once it finishes 10 items over here. So here you can see it has given us just 7 items because 3 items does not have email address, and we don't need the one which does not have email address, right? Now, these 7 items, whatever details we have, needs to be sent over to Google Sheets or Airtable. And in today's case, let's see Airtable. And for that, let's go to Airtable. We need to use create a account, and I'm going to use this particular account, but let me show you what needs to be done. This can be used for free. Go to airtable.com, create your account, and it will ask you a few details. Just answer them, and you need to create a base, right? And I'm going to call this as lead gen. Okay. Now, go to your account, click on build a hub, go to personal access tokens and create token. It will ask you the name. Just click on lead gen, add a scope, data records read, data records write. Okay. And we also need schema basis read and schema basis write. So these are the 4 scopes that we need. Click on create token and you get this token. Copy that, come back, create new credential, add your access token, and let me name this as 7 support. Click on save. Connection tested successfully, it says. Come back, basis. So we have, let's go back to base just to check. So we have this base. Oh yeah, so one of the other things that we have to do is go to token, edit this, and we have to add that base over here. So lead gen, click on save changes so that this particular access token has access to that particular base that we have created. So let's refresh the list, and yes, lead gen. Okay, table 1. Now map each column manually, right? So we have name, nodes, assignee, status and all, which is there from the default table that they have, but we can change this to what we need, right? So website, email, make it as short text, business name, user no, it's single text, category, again single text is fine. Let's remove these options for now. Location, phone and ready. Location, single text, yes, confirm change, and let's change this to phone, which is again single text. Remove this. So this one has something. Let's just remove this if possible. Add more, and let's go to phone. That's phone number. We'll make it a single text because that needs to come here. And we need one more, which is rating. And rating, what we have is number. So let's make it as number, but it can be like 1 point and so on and so forth. Decimal places 1 is fine. So let's click on create field. Now this one, I hope we can delete. Yes, we don't need that. Okay, so this is all we have. Let's come back and let's refresh column. So website we have. So just drag website and paste it over here. Drop it over here, sorry. Email address, likewise business name. So we put it over here. category. Put it over here. Location do we have? Or we could also use address. This is a full address, so let's use this one. And phone number. I think we had phone, so we can use this one. And rating was score. Just put this right. So once this is done, just click on execute step. So category seems to have some issue, so let's quickly check. So what is that we have in the category here? Oh, here it seems to have some issue. So single line input. So let's quickly go back, and I hope I can. Yeah, so category, we can just put this over here. Let's click on execute step. So it's running from here. 5 items done. 6, 7, 8, 10. And now it's running over here. 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. And it goes here, 7 items. And 7 items has been added to our Airtable. If we go here, you can see those details here, right? So these were previously there. So whenever you create table on Airtable, there are 3 records added by default. So let me show you that real quick. Click on create new, rate 2. Oh, this is just a view, sorry. So let me show you real quick. So if you click on start from scratch, table 2. So you can see 3 records added. So whenever you send it from N8N, it will start from row 4. Okay, so that's why it started from row 4. We have the website, we have the email address, we have the business name, we have the category, the location, the phone number, and the rating as well. So that's how you build a N8N agent that can scrape details and add it into your Airtable. Now you could use other CRMs as well, like Google Sheets. We have not covered Google Sheets so far because it requires some client ID and client secret from Google Cloud Console. We will be doing that pretty soon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.